3 time 5 Biddy Productions, POV, my POV TV. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back, man. I'm back like I never left. And today, man, we're gonna get into this. Your man, Fat Joe, man. Your man, Fat Joe, man. Sir Capalot, man. That's his new nickname, Sir Capalot. Even though I fuck with Fat Joe, man, I've been fucking with Fat Joe for a minute before Lean Back. Shout out to Tony Sunshine, Remy Martin, Grown Up in general, man. Always listen to Fat Joe. He was a real nigga from the Bronx, though, man. It just him getting older, I'm starting to understand the way he move and everything, man. Because to be on the internet, you gotta clickbait, man. You gotta throw shit out there so people catch it and grab it. He was getting into Young Buck. He was talking to Tony Yayo, how he ran into Young Buck. He started capping. I'm not gonna lie, he started the cap. Like, watch the reaction. I just had to put my input before we started.
I'll tell you breaking news if I never told nobody or said the story before, but because we saying it, I might as well. But I caught Young Buck in that time.
Oh shit!
Y'all never heard that story?
You know he ain't gonna tell 50 that.
Yeah, caught Young Buck.
Tell us the story because he ain't gonna tell 50.
Man, he got 2-piece legend. Like,
He said, he ain't gonna tell 50 that?
yeah, Young Buck, man. That nigga tried to front on me. He said, I'm telling you.
They put hands on Buck.
I'm telling you.
Supposed to be no head.
No.
So what happened?
Story or you want the story?
I want the story.
I never heard it.
Nigga,
I'm out of
so I'm at like a winter jam, not a summer jam.
Found out Fat John and put hands on Young Buck. Now that's a fact.
Uncle Murder getting his rap up ready. But as you can see, every time Fat Joe get into one of his stories, Jadakiss always do a face expression. He always do something to indicate, I don't have nothing to do with what's going on. I don't have nothing to do with none of this. Leave me.
So what happened, man?
Go ahead, man. Nah, he fronted on me. So we in Chicago, right? And if you talk about the Pistol Pete little niggas, no, I had the ugly ones with me. Ugly ones with me, right? Yo, Crack, but I just got off stage. I'm ripping it down. Chicago, I'm walking out and says, yo, Crack, you hear me? I look up. Oh, it's Young Buck. I got a water bottle in my hand. Get out of here. I throw the water bottle up there. I said, come down, pussy. Come down, pussy.
Damn.
Come down, pussy.
Come down, pussy.
No, I'm going crazy. I don't never get like.
So when he came down,
I don't know. He's in the staircase. Yo, I wasn't this and that. But he poked his head out just 1 second over the cop's thing. And nigga caught the. It's like, even the barber hit him.
So what he do?
Even the barber hit him?
He hit us with the my bag. Yo, it wasn't like that. This, that.
Damn.
Another day in the jungle. Here we go. These platforms, man. What is it about young black?
Now, this right here, this is Benzino. I guess Benzino must have saw the Fat Joe story and he replying. I don't know why he replying. I don't know. I guess him and Young Buck is cool or something. I guess. I don't know. We're gonna watch it.
Man, and Latino men in this case that come from nothing and are blessed to get a lot, to sit on here and speak, to be just to be, just to be like kind of like messy, right?
Messy.
Fat Joe and Kiss. I've known them for a long time, each one of them. It's amazing to see the progression they have done on their show, which I'm sure maybe Fat Joe probably had a lot to do with that. He had a vision, and that shit's working. And they've been blessed, just been part of the new Netflix deal. I love their, when they're talking about hip hop, because they're both legends and their catalogs are amazing, both of them. But then And even it's like, it's
I'm not
kind of
gonna
cool
lie.
when
What are you? I'm not gonna lie, Benzino. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna. It's not like you at an interview. It's not like you at a podcast. And I'm not here to bash you or nothing like that. But it's not like you at an interview or podcast. So you just pick your phone up and you just go at two guys that don't got nothing to do with you, no relationship with you. I don't think so. I mean, I ain't judging or nothing like that. Nothing like that. I'm just trying to understand. That's all. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just not getting it.
Joe kind of tells the stories, like the crazy stories, because it's kind of animated and it's not influencing in any way these kids to do crazy shit, right? Because we know how influential that these platforms with social media, with the internet, how influential they are to young kids, especially kids in the struggle and in the hoods, right? So when it seems like right after maybe he did this before the deal or whatever, but I see the one where he's on there with Tony Ayo. And then he just comes out and says how they jumped Young Buck in Chicago. I'm trying to figure out, man, like, what possessed you to do that, Joe? Like,
he's on the podcast.
It seems like you took on the responsibility to have a platform that wasn't going to be about all that. Especially when men are in their 50s and 60s. Why would you want to rehash that? You got kids, older kids. Buck got older kids, man.
Nah, that's a fact.
Why would you want to, like, if that happened, yeah, there's a lot of stories. I'm about to tell mine right now. But before I do that, we got so many stories.
He said I'm about to tell mine.
Of violent situations with each other in the industry. Why rehash it now? For what?
Nobody asked you for your story, brother.
I mean, this was what, 20-something years maybe ago? 20 years ago maybe? Why bring that up to embarrass that man because Tony Yayo was on? Because Tony Yayo was on your platform?
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
Why didn't you ask Tony Yayo about when Cash Out Lotto from Brooklyn, from Brownsville, poured the cereal on his head in Rikers? Since y'all want to tell these stories so much, and he's just like you. He uses these platforms to get on and tell all these war stories so that his fans can be impressionable as far as how they look at him. And when I say impressionable, meaning, look at him as a tough guy, and he thinks that's good. See, when these older guys want to tell their stories and then they get the clicks and comments, it's usually from people that never lived that life. Not even the same culture. But they like to be intrigued by this type of content because that's what they like to watch on the movies. But when they're seeing young Black and Latino men actually doing it in real life, killing each other and going through crazy shit, that's intriguing to them, and they like to comment. So when you got guys who are trying to make themselves look good, and I understand everybody has stories to tell, even the real guys, I get it, but it has to be some type of responsibility, not to bring up old shit, to try to rehash violence that happened when you was younger and a lot more less mature.
This season
Nah, you got a point, though. He do got a point. He do got a point, but we don't see how Young Buck take it yet, man. We all know Fat Joe just be telling his stories, animating. He Cap Joe to some people. Some people call him Cap Joe. So, you know what I mean?
Because we all got stories.
But he right.
Joe, what about the story with me and my guys, the RSO, I think maybe it was How Can I Be
Benzino
Down
right, though.
years ago. And I guess we was at Privé. It was deep in there. I remember Pun, rest in peace. I think Cube was there, Mac 10. And I was with a gang of my Boston niggas, right? We was walking towards each other. One of your guys with the glasses, I think he was your manager, I don't know. Said I was in front, he was in front. I had about 20, 30, 40 niggas. Y'all was deeped up. The man said something to me and I stole him. Bang! broke his glasses, and all hell broke loose. Remember that?
Oh, gangster.
I think you ran to the
Gangster,
front
that's his story.
while Cuban and
That's his story. See, he said he got a story, and that's his story. It don't got nothing to do with the story he talking about, but I guess he got a own story. Like, it's just my POV, my point of view, real quick. Hold on, let me tap in real quick. Let me cook. So boom. You get on the internet, right? You see Fat Joe, Tony Ayo, Uncle Murder, Jada Kiss on a podcast. You see him talking about the Young Buck situation and what happened. And something in your brain just told you, I don't like that shit. You lying. Let me tell my story now. So you go on here, you do the same. You just got on here. Hold on. You got on here and then said, nah, you out here talking about the youth. You talking about this, you talking about that. And then you say the same ignorant shit, bro. That don't make no sense. But I'm a chill. I like Benzino. I'm just paying attention and I'm, you know what I mean? I'm listening. I'm just giving my opinion, that's all. But it sound crazy. You don't go.
And Triple Six and all them niggas was all fighting us. We won that one. The crazy shit is that me, Triple Six, and Cuban, we talked about that like men. And then I ended up working with them, I remember, on Baby Pun's album. Right? Before we get to that, but do you remember that day though? You bounced. You wasn't fighting with them. You went to the front. And we and it was a big ass gang beef, and we tore that place up. You remember that? Now, how about now? Fast forward. I get my son Ray Ray a deal because me and Ray Ray did a video in LES Projects, Shine Like My Son, and everybody, all the guys brought their kids down. Kiss brought his son down. Jam Master Jay brought his son down, rest in peace. Guru brought his son down, rest in peace. A bunch of people brought their sons down. Tretch, I mean, we can go on and on. The guy from the Beat Nuts, man, like, but that's when I met Chris, Big Pun's son, with Liza and the girls. Ray Ray was 7, 8 years old. We was, little Romeo came down with P. We was in the school, we shot in the school in LES Projects, and like, I remember we got close to him, we was eating lunch, and I was just kicking it with him. I was like, damn, I had an idea, like, man.
It's giving me a headache, though. Not literally a headache, but you just go there. I really want to fast forward it, but I'm trying to see the point where he going to. I'm trying to see where you're going, my boy.
Chavo now, my son, my firstborn. And I put a group together called 3 Down. Now, at this time, you know, Lies in them, it wasn't doing so well. I remember it vividly. And they would come and we would kick it, and I just, you know, I got kind of attached to the kids. The little girls, they wasn't, one thing about them at the beginning, you could tell they didn't let people in their world too much. They didn't trust people. It just was like real quiet. But as we got doing the album and stuff, man, I got to really get close to them. I remember I got a deal with Interscope. It was Ray Ray, Baby Pun, Chris, and a little singer named James out of New Bedford, Massachusetts. Now, Baby Pun and Ray Ray were like 9 years old, I think, 10 years old. Lil James was about 13, 14, but he was real small. So they all was like the same size, and we called them 3 Down. Jimmy Iovine gave us, we did $1 million deal. Jimmy gave us, I think, $450,000. Before the courts even cleared them, he loved them so much. We shot a video with Benny Boom. Redid the Bronx Tale up there in the Bronx, used the same bus as the movie. We spent a lot of money on that video. But look, Liza and them I gave them, Ray Ray's mother, Liza, and Lil James' mother, over $100,000 a piece. We only got half of the deal. I didn't even take anything. Because I knew that would help them. Joe gets wind of it and says he wants to meet me. I'm in Miami. Meet me? I think Macho called Dave and said, yeah, Joe wants to meet you about this. I'm like, really? I went and met him, strapped up, alone, and it was at a hotel, and he was in the middle of this big
So basically, you got beef with Joe too
in South Beach, like a movie.
Basically, you got beef with Joe too. That's what you're saying. That's what I'm understanding right now. I'm just listening, and you just you got beef with Joe too. You had beef, you got beef, still got beef, and you want beef. That's what you're saying. All right.
Movie scene or something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I go up to him, and he says, yeah, man, you know, Liza, and she's not a good, I said, hey, look, buddy, I don't want to get in the middle of that. I said, whatever y'all got going on was way before me. I said, but now, them kids need help. Now, he told me some things that he thought Liza was doing that wasn't cool, who she was dating, who she was messing with, and I said, I don't care about that. I said, at that time, they were sleeping, I think, in somebody's basement, the whole family. I said, I feel good that I could help them. And I don't remember what was said after that, but that was it. Now, again, I'm not saying this because I just don't condone bullying, and I see where we're going with this internet, and I'm trying to be like the anti that. I'm trying to give a different approach, because it seems like guys get on here and just let their nuts hang and just think that that's what to do, and that's going to help our culture and our community. Anybody could get got. Everybody takes L's. I've taken mine. Y'all seen it on national TV. Got shot up going to my mother's funeral. Oh, and by the way, I ain't snitch on that. Remember, he called the police first. Yeah, my nephew called, as soon as he shot me, he called the police first. He's never had a felony. He had licenses for the guns. He called the police, said I had a gun. So when they came and got me bleeding, leaking, threw me on the ground before I even got to the hospital, said, where's the gun? Because they've been wanting me in Boston. He knew what he was doing. We go back and forth. I get to the grand jury. They ask me who, I don't know who did it. Went in court. Is he in the court? He was big head ass sitting right there, my nephew. I don't know who did it. And he walked. He didn't get no time. It would have been attempted murder. He would have got over 20 years in Plymouth County. Everybody knows that. So solid as they come. All I'm saying is this, when it's all said and done, okay, these platforms aren't used to be trying to bully anybody. Fat Joe was dead wrong to bring that young buck shit up. Dead wrong. I don't know why he did it. He was doing good. I hope he doesn't continue to do this, because it's only going to cause friction and it could lead to more violence. See, I told my story because since we telling, so I got many more stories.
I was wondering
many
why.
more.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not trying. I'm 60 now. We
Damn.
gotta do better.
God bless you, my boy.
That doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, Triple says in Cuban, I got them a check for writing on that album too. So look at that. Got into the beef with those guys and then ended up working with them like men supposed to. I don't know what Joe's doing. Joe, I think you just need to just go back to the other shit where it's funny and entertaining, because that's what's gonna get you there. That's what's got you there. When you start doing this, it's not it, because everybody got skeletons and everybody can get got. Everybody bleed red. We supposed to as elder men, the gatekeepers in hip hop, we're supposed to be the anti that. All right, and shout out to Young Buck.
Yeah, shout out to Young Buck, man.
I was bouncing
Shout out
between
to Young
different
Buck,
schools
man.
to
I ain't
decide
know
where
if he
wanted to go.
replied. I think I
was
saw
tired of
a song, but I don't know if
running
that was
around. I wanted to
AI
get
or
that
if that was
bachelor's
real.
degree.
We're gonna look it up after this. Oh,